Hi everyone, I'm here with the totally amazing G.I. Jo. I know she's such a hero to all of us at the Running at 40 Plus community. She's so inspirational and she's an absolute hero to all of us. She's a runner, she's a breast cancer survivor, and she's been so strong and positive. She's documented her journey through diagnosis, through chemo, through surgery, and now her recovery. And this has given hope to so many people. She's been an absolute inspiration. So Jo, thank you so much for coming down to Devon to see us here with the Running at 40 Plus crew. It was such an honour for me to be able to run with you today along the seafront. So how's your running going?
Well, first of all, let me tell you, hi. Second of all, running with that woman, meaning you're losing your lungs after first 5 seconds, okay? But other than that, it was absolute amazing pleasure and honour that I was able to do so. Running is going all right, 10k every month just to keep me sane going. It's just one of those things. You're either going to do it or not. And if you're not going to do it, you're going to feel guilty. So you better do it. So I'm doing it.
Yeah, and you certainly were this morning. You're running really, really well and great to see. But also last night had a get together, didn't we? And you were dancing really well. And I'd like to hear a bit about why you happen to be so great at dancing.
Well, we had a little bit of a twerk-off competition, so I was trying to teach Jo how to twerk. We shall post another video of that, actually, of our, what we've done, but I was actually working on the cruise liners before. So therefore, I was the entertaining/safety department. So my job as such was actually to teach people, how to go crazy on the dance floor. So hence, it kind of stayed with me. And it's a good part of the exercise as well, because it burns a lot of calories.
Yeah, we definitely did a lot of exercise, didn't we? Doing all that, and it was and the dances are really challenging. So thanks for teaching me all that. And now you're doing a new job where you're teaching people how to drive lorries. I believe.
Buses.
Oh yes, sorry, buses.
Well, nearly the same thing. I do teach people how to drive buses, yes, but also I do a CPC. Therefore, I'm actually teaching the existing drivers how to be a better driver. So that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, and you kindly brought me that nice squeezy bus. Yeah, like a stress relieving bus, which I'll definitely need to be using. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but I know this weekend, getting down to the serious stuff, this weekend is a very emotional one because it marks a year since you finished your last chemotherapy. And how are you feeling at the moment, those emotions running through you?
All over the place. Completely and utterly all over the place. Because just past midnight, because after partying with Jo, we got, to the hotel past midnight. So I looked into my memories on Facebook, and obviously that video of me ringing the bell came through, dressed up as a unicorn, and there was a hit that you do not actually realise that 12 months actually passed already.
Yeah.
And from the moment that, no hair, swelled up from steroids and everything else, still trying to shuffle, I'm getting to the point that I'm here now with hair and a little bit less of me. It's absolutely amazing because you don't realize how much work actually, you put through the 12 months until you're seeing yourself from 12 months before. And then you're thinking to yourself, your health related issues, that they're not there anymore, or they are there, but they're not as big anymore as well. And it's such an eye-opener, such a roller coaster of you don't know what to feel, you don't know how to feel, you're just in the middle of all of that, and you just completely what's going on? So you're just going with the flow, because if you're going to start overthinking, it's just going to swallow you, literally.
And that moment when you've got that diagnosis, can you take us to that point? I know it's must be a very difficult thing to think about, but what was it like? I can't imagine what it would be like to be told that you've got cancer. What was that like for you?
There was going on top of the Kilimanjaro, being hit by a plane in the same time, and feeling completely anxious about breathing altogether, because you just don't know what to think. Them words, I'm sorry to tell you, you've got a cancer, is something that whenever's going to hear, it's always going to be a different type of reactions to it, that's for sure. To me, it was more like it's not me. Oh, it is me. Oh, shit. Okay, we got to deal with that. Okay, what's next? And that was literally my thought, what's next? Inside, I was all over the place. But my first question to my doctor was, what next?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Is that the way you've always been, that you faced with something that is so awful, you're already got that ability to think, right, what are the steps here to overcome this? Because that's, you know, a really admirable quality to have. It's totally amazing. And I think you must have found the treatment very grueling as well. How was the chemotherapy for you, and how many rounds of chemo did you have to go through?
7 rounds of chemo, 3 very aggressive ones at the beginning, and those actually are those that are melted the actually cancer in me. So after second round of chemo, I could barely actually feel the tumor in my breast already. The rest pretty much just destroyed the rest of the tumor plus my immune system, but this is all about. So 7 chemos altogether, every 3 weeks, like on dot. After chemo, you're okay for about 36 hours, and then you're down on your face, horizontal position only, and you don't move, you just exist. And you're just waiting for that just to pass. And it's like a big wave. You are on top of the wave, then suddenly down on the bottom, and you just try slowly to climb up out of it. And after a week or so, you're kind of getting back to the normality. But having in the head also that in the next week and a half, you're going to go through the same wave again and again and again. And it's a completely and utterly draining mentally. Physically, that's one thing. Mentally, you are so drained to the point that you just want to give up.
Yeah.
But you don't.
So did you have a lot of sickness and fatigue? You talk about the mental side of it. I can imagine like going through it, but did you personally have a lot of sickness and fatigue?
I was lucky. I'm considering myself lucky because I've not really been sick, but fatigue, I was completely down on my face. So I actually started to call myself a master of the horizontal position because I mastered it perfectly. I should have a certificate and I should be MBE of that, you know what I mean? But no, you just, in my case, it was just being completely and utterly drained. And that was my main thing.
Yeah.
So, like I said, considering myself lucky, that I was actually physically sick.
And you did lose your hair, didn't you? And you were determined not to wear a wig. Was that part of you thinking, I want to be proud of who I am and how hard I'm fighting to get through this? Was that your thinking at times?
I'm stubborn. Besides, I always wanted to shave my head, so hey ho, you know what I mean? Cancer kind of helped me out. So I didn't have to do anything. And no dyeing hair, no washing hair, no combing. Do you know how easy it is?
Yeah.
It's amazeballs.
Yeah, I suppose you'd have liked to have done it on your own terms, though, wouldn't you? Rather than, totally amazing. And of course, then you documented your journey through having a double mastectomy, and I just really admire the way you did that, because you were given so much hope and positivity to other people that were going through the same thing. And was that your thinking when you wanted to do that, and how hard was it to do that?
When I got my diagnosis, I prepared a little video for my Polish group of ladies on Facebook, and I was talking to them in Polish, obviously, and then I realized that I can actually turn back to English and do a proper video for everyone, just to make sure that people are understanding what it is. Because there's loads of stigmas about the breast cancer, pretty much, and people are afraid to ask. The people that they just don't know how to ask. People are absolutely unaware of what's going on, like with the chemos and stuff. So I thought, right, I'm gonna go through crappy time, but I can make it a little bit better for whoever's gonna need, you know, this kind of information later on. So I'm gonna start just broadcasting everything, and I'm just gonna literally just drown the Facebook with it. You know, if somebody doesn't like it, tough, but there might be somebody there, a lady or a bloke, that will find it useful. And that was my kind of motivation to keep myself going through all of that, so I can tell people how it is, the reality. One thing you hear from the doctors, okay? But the doctors, if they never went through it by themselves, they're never gonna be able to tell you how it is, okay? But I've been in it, and I know how it is, in my case, obviously, but I can at least prepare that somebody that, okay, so you can expect this, and that. You better get yourself ready with this, and that. So therefore, somebody, if diagnosed, it will be getting kind of ready for the fight with a slightly better start to what I have had, if it makes sense. And that was pretty much what was pretty much driving me throughout. And with the double mastectomy, I thought to myself, should I show it? And then I thought, yeah, of course I should, because this is what it is.
Yeah, and you documented everything else, and you think, right, this is the bit that people in your situation might be the most scared of, and you're doing so much good to raise that awareness and give them that hope and positivity, and like, yes, you can do this. And you know, how did you find that positivity within yourself, and how did you, you know, be so strong through all those circumstances?
Partially, it's putting the face on when you're really feeling down, because you know you cannot let people down, and that kind of helps you out a little bit in order to kind of compose yourself to the point that you're not feeling sorry for yourself, but you're just doing something for somebody else.
Yeah.
And that was my main thing, because otherwise probably I'll be just sitting in the corner crying,
Yeah.
rocking on the chair going, I don't want to do this. So that was my main source. And mainly this is where 40 plus is stepping in as well, because one thing is to have me mum and dad, my besties, you know, with me, but then suddenly I had this huge group of people that I never met, that they just pretty much fighting my corner with me, and it's like, oh hi guys, I don't know you, okay great, let's go, let's do this. And they've been literally with me through and through, and this is just absolutely amazeballs.
Yeah, and like jumping onto that then, so I was going to ask you, because running at 40 plus are so inspired by you. Everyone in the community just thinks you're amazing, and you're just so special to all of us. And I know that you equally feel so grateful for the support you've had from the community. So can you say a few words about what running at 40 plus has meant for you, and how, you know, that's helped you through the journey too?
When I started running, I never thought that I will be running. Let's start with that. And suddenly I found this group on Facebook, and I thought, click, let's try, let's see what's going to happen. And then suddenly those people started just to talk to me and just post me up with ideas like what I can do, where I can do. That it's not about the pace, it's not about, you know, how fast you go, how far you go. If you're running, and so on and so on. So that group kind of got me out of my shell as well, in order to show again people that, okay, I'm not the fastest, I'm still a bit overweight, but I'm doing it. There's plenty of people like me, plenty of people fitter than me, plenty of people faster, but we all together. And this is what counts. This is not one of those, oh, you didn't do as fast as me, I don't like you, damn. No, it's not that. Or if somebody's going to post, oh, that was crap. No, it wasn't. You got out. You did what you did. This is brilliant. And this is why this group is so different to anything else. The support is massive.
Yeah,
you can't get that anywhere else.
I know, and also, like you say, I felt overwhelmed as well with running at 40 plus. I think like the way everyone gets together, camaraderie, support for each other, especially when it's needed, is amazing. And I know as you've been getting your health back, you've also met James at a beer festival, and now you're getting him into running. So say a few words of positive about James, because he's brilliant and he's becoming a good member of the community as well now. So you talk about how you met and how you're encouraging him to increase his running.
Well, we've met at a beer festival in Mapplewell, and we both volunteered, not been drinking much anyway. So I've seen him there, and I thought, how are you doing? So bless his heart, he kind of felt the same way, looks like it, judging by that he's still sitting here. Do you know what I mean? And we actually went for a walk for the first time together, and then second date, let's call it that way, it was a park run, and kind of went dressed up as an elf because it was just before Christmas, and poor lad, he had to see me like that, and he still didn't chicken out because he's still here, so there must be something good. And then slowly but surely he started just to shuffle around a little bit as well, and realised it's not that bad.
Ish. And talking to him, he said he hadn't really run that much since school, and meeting you and now becoming part of the running at 40 plus community himself, that's really, really cool. So that's another good thing that's come out of it. And also thinking about running at 40 plus, we all really enjoyed the G.I. Joe 5 mile virtual race. I loved taking part in that. And how did that mean, you know, for you, that everyone would take part in that, and so much funds could be raised for Cancer Research UK and Macmillan Cancer Support as well. That was a special time, wasn't it?
There was just like, it's a medal with my face, and the money are going for good thing. We've got few, virtual races, and it's brilliant. But when you're taking part in somebody else's, it's different. You're doing it for them. It's like brilliant. And then suddenly you've got a medal with your own face on it. It's like, oh, that actually happened. This is amazing. Thanks, people. So, I love that fact. And then, the money went into 2 different, charities as well. This is absolutely amazing because we are given to communities. All of the runners, they gave a time, to do that 5 mile. And that money went into good, cause as well.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of like, that happened.
I like the way you put that. I thought, yeah, that's a good point. Imagine having a medal with your face on it. Yeah, it's something I've definitely never had. It's awesome. And it was lovely, wasn't it, when we could present the cheque, when you were there and you were able to present the cheque to John Burkle, the man with the pram. Don't you say a bit about him with a green wig who goes around Sheffield collecting money, and was that special for you to be able to present that to him?
The man with the pram, John, he is somebody that is an ultimate hero to me as well, because he's doing it because of his wife got cancer. She's no longer with us, and since then he decided that he will raise £1 million by doing all sorts of running, marathons, half marathons, 10Ks. He's everywhere. He's got this little pram that he's pushing in front of him. Everybody knows him, and if anybody wants to put some money in, he can do. But that man is just a machine, honest to God. I don't know how old he is, but he's quite advanced, in it with his age. But he's still going because he's got his promise, and he knows the wife is watching him, and he's gonna do it. Absolutely amazing guy.
Yeah, and another positive thing that's happened in the Running at 40 Plus community is Sarah Crossland having finished her Le Jog challenge, and I know you're a great supporter of her, so I think we both want to say well done to Sarah. Well done, Sarah. And I know, did you enjoy supporting Sarah along that challenge?
Absolutely. I was like an absolute crazy person, sending poor Sarah, voicemails on the messenger, crying while I'm talking because I was getting emotional, and then she was listening to it and she was getting emotional, so it didn't really help out to her running. Sorry, Sarah, but it was just because I love you loads, okay? And it was just like, because I know that she's there and I know what she's fighting for, and I understand fully what, why she's angry, because there's not enough recognition on her brain tumor research, and I wish actually there'll be more that can be done, but she's raising so much awareness in the same time that, you know what, that lass is another hero of mine as well.
Yeah.
So, supporting her wherever I can, I will.
Yeah, no, that's kind. And your health now, I know another marker has been met, that you've also recently been discharged from oncology, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
They got rid of me.
Yeah, and does that mean you don't have to have, was it the Herceptin you were having? You don't have to have that?
Done.
Yeah, so that must feel amazing. Yeah.
And one way I'm happy because they discharged me, so they got rid of me, so that's fine. But on the other hand, I'm a bit anxious because I don't have that protection in a way, if you know what I mean. I'm still under the obviously the supervision, let's call it that way, of the breast cancer clinic, breast clinic in Barnsley Hospital. So they kind of keeping obviously the loop what's going on with me and what's not. I'm still on tamoxifen for next 9 years, so this is still happening, but overall is just waking up every morning and quickly checking my body if there's no more lumps. I know it sounds tragic, but this is at the back of my head all the time. So that's the reality that I got used to it now. I'm just going with it as it is.
Yeah, I can imagine it's a good but anxious time at the same time. Yeah, you described that really well. And running, you've been able to pick it up a bit. And I just wanted to think about what running means to you, as far as, if you're having a bad day and you get out for a run, how does getting out for a run make you feel, not just physically but mentally? What does running mean to you, really?
Running is one of those tools that you just do. You run when you're angry, you run when you're happy, you run when you don't know what to do, you run when you don't want to run but you know you have to run, because mentally you're getting yourself stable. And this is what it is for me. And that's when I'm explaining to my drivers, when they're saying that, they don't know what to do with themselves, I won't just go for a walk. I go for a run, because to me is music in my ears, pace, breathing, tarmac, nothing else, unless I'm going to stop and take some pictures of the horses. That's another thing. But other than that, it's just zoning completely, and just, this is my time, so I can sort whatever's in my head, put it into the right perspectives, come back home, feeling knackered physically, but mentally you're relieved. You're not struggling there. You might be struggling with your breathing, okay, and with cramps or, anything like it. But up here, you're leveled. And that's what I want. I want to be leveled, so I know I can see what's down there. This is my goal. This is where I'm going to be going. And this is what I want to achieve. And this is like how clear, can be. Yeah,
so what advice would you give to people that are going through similar difficult times you've been through? What would be your main points of advice to people going through difficult times?
we live only once. If you're not gonna do something now, you might regret it, and it might be too late. Literally. So you see a new pair of shoes, running shoes, that you want. If you can afford it, and it's not gonna kill you financially, just get it. If you wanna go for a run, you go for a run. If you wanna have an ice cream, have an ice cream. Okay. If you wanna grab somebody's hand and tell them, look, I like your earrings, do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm always inspired by someone like yourself. When you've been through what you've been through, it must give you that perspective on life. Don't worry about all the little things going on. Think about, take each day, find positivity and be thankful for certain things. Like you say, if you want to do something, go for it. And I think that is definitely a really good message, and that can be brought through to running as well. And if you think, oh,
Absolutely.
can I run my first 5k, first 10k, you know, can you do that? Definitely. And I know you've got an important race coming up, May the 14th in Leeds, the Race for Life. Are you getting excited about that?
Do you know what, just thinking about it, I'm starting to filling up straight away. Okay, so the reality check. Okay, in September 2021 I've done the Race for Life. November 2021 I was diagnosed. A bit of an irony in here, isn't it? So now, obviously, few years after, and over a year after when I've done everything, I'm going to be doing this again. So it's like emotions are just in a space at the moment, because I'm back there doing this again for a cause that saved me. You know, that the cancer research saved my life, let's face it. And I don't know, James is coming with me, bless his heart. So he's going to be my photographer, he's going to be my backup support and everything else. So you bring a lot of tissues, by the way, as well, please. Thank you. Actually, no, just bring bed sheet, it's going to be easier. Because I think that at the moment I'm going to cross the line, I'm going to be in tears. I think so. Or I'm going to be crying all the way through, whichever way. But,
it will be an emotional day. Like you say, it must be, I can't imagine what that must feel like to have gone, and then knowing that you wanted to get to this point of going back to the event, and now you're going to be doing that. And I can imagine, you know, the amount of people around you that have gone through a lot and running for loved ones and everything. It must be a really emotional day and really special. Will you know some people that are there that you'd seen at an event before?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect, because the September 2021, I was doing that in Wakefield, in Thorns Park, but now it's Leeds Museum, so don't know. And also, September 2021, I only done a 5k. I'm crazy enough now to do a 10k.
Yeah, it's a long way, 10k, isn't
I know,
it? But
right?
you can do it, definitely. After what I've seen of you today with your running, you're doing brilliantly.
Well, if Jo Pavey says so that I can do it, I've got no chance now. I have to do it, don't I? Yes, thanks, Jo.
No, you'll be absolutely great. And also, we're excited that you're thinking of bringing out a book. I know you've been working on that. So how's that all going at the moment?
I'm at the beginning of writing it. And I've got the most important part. I've got my chapters kind of sorted chronologically. Obviously, I've got all of my NHS paperwork to, obviously, I can put a proper details into it. But I wrote a little bit, and I'm kind of stuck now, literally at the beginning, where I got the diagnosis, you know, thrown into my face, and I'm blocked. I literally am blocked. I can't write anything now at the moment, because I found myself that I'm not emotionally, I think, stable enough to do it, to go through everything, because I want to put a reality into that. Okay, it's not going to be one of those books that you're just reading, it's funny. No, it's going to be more like a journal, like, I don't know, a literally guide what to expect. So yeah, I'm going to be probably throwing some like a weird stuff in it just to make you laugh a little bit, but don't expect anything too funny. But now I think I'm going to have to wait a little bit when I'm sorted probably with those full stop, and then I can actually start going back with the memories to what I was going through. Because one thing is talking to you about it, it's fine. The other thing, when you're actually sitting in your house and you're in front of the computer and you're trying to type everything, and suddenly all of the, you know, memories just literally whizzing through your head, and you just kind of, you can't really compose yourself. So then you're losing the track of your writing because memories are taking over. So I don't think that I'm ready as yet, but I believe that hopefully by next year it should be done and dusted, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think you're definitely wise to give yourself that time emotionally, because you've been through so much, and I can imagine what you're saying, like bringing those emotions back can be too much at the moment. And you know, you kindly shared with me some of the opening words you thought of for the diagnosis, and it definitely like brought a tear to my eye hearing about going through that and imagining what that might feel. You really worded that so eloquently, and I can imagine like when you'd written that, to get beyond that must have been really tricky. So I think you're definitely right to take your time over that, but I know we'll all be really wanting to read it. And I think, you know, I'm sure, you know, you must be thinking by writing the book, you're giving hope to others going through. I mean, is that one of your main aims of the book, to share with that? Yeah.
First thing first, check your bits. Second of all, there's always the light in the end of the tunnel. There might be not that much light, but there's always something down there. So don't sit down and give up, do something. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want people to think that once you're diagnosed, that's it, game over, because it's not.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you've been an absolute inspiration. I know we're all thrilled, you know, to have you in the Running at 40 Plus community, and you've done so much good, so much positivity has been gained for so many people through your story. And I just thought, if you've got one final message for the Running at 40 Plus community?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, literally just do it. Don't wait. Do it.
Yeah. Well, Jo, thank you so much. It's been so lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much for coming down to Devon. All of you, Martin, Sally, James as well.
Oh yeah.
Jo, so thank you so much. It's been really lovely having
you
a
so
run
much.
with you, having a dance with you, and now chat with you as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you to 40 Plus for everything what you've done, guys, because you're absolutely amazing. And we love you loads.
We love you. Bye.